Who's speaking to us from Italy. Now, the UK government has raised serious concerns with Spain about long delays caused by a rise in vehicle searches at its border with Gibraltar. Motorists crossing between the two countries have had to endure queues of up to 6 hours. There are reports that the delays could be linked to a harbour dispute between Spain and Gibraltar, over which the UK holds sovereignty. Well, Gareth Gingell is a member of Defenders of Gibraltar, a group which looks to promote the country's plight across the world, and he joins us now from the island. This is a long-running dispute. It seems to be getting worse. How difficult is it making life for people on the island?
I mean, this weekend, well, first of all, good morning. Well, essentially, this weekend has been a terrible weekend. We have had a lot of innocent people who have had to suffer, 7-hour queues. I mean, I know you mentioned 6 hours, but it's actually been closer to 7.5, in the 30 degrees Celsius heat. And you can imagine all the young people and people who are actually ill or the elderly have had to suffer tremendously. And so we've been actually giving out water to individuals this weekend, trying to show that, regardless of the political backdrop to all of this, there is a human side. And it is quite disconcerting to see Spain taking a political issue and using this type of tactic to push its way forward. And it's quite brash, and it is a bullying tactic that we are used to in Gibraltar. However, we do feel that it's time for the world to see what Spain does to us. We feel this is not acceptable in the modern world, and especially in an EU, which is supposed to be more, tighter knit and a closer knit community as well.
But isn't Spain just doing its duty? I mean, its job. I've got a statement here from them saying it's fulfilling its duties under European law to monitor the crossing of borders and to abide by tax rules set up to avoid the illegal traffic of funds and illicit goods.
I mean, this is typical of the two faces that Spain shows to the world. We're quite used to the ones that it shows both. I mean, we see the kind of the schizophrenic political attitude that it has. You will find that whenever they cause queues, it is directly linked to some issue within Gibraltar whereby we have either taken a stand, a courageous stand, and exerted or tried to put across the fact that this is our home, or we have disagreed with something that they have tried to impose upon us. It is always tied into issues like this. If it wasn't the fishing issue, the fishing dispute at the moment, then it would be a territorial waters issue. If it wasn't that, it would be a dispute over the isthmus. If not that, they'd be looking to attack anything that we have that's positive about our economy. If it wasn't that, it'd be an airport disagreement. We've had this for over 30 years now, and to be honest, it's got to a point where we're tired. We're fed up. I mean, it's so demoralizing for us to see we're good people. We haven't done anything bad to anyone. So when Spain does this, and the UK take a while to actually step in and stop this, we feel very disheartened.
Well, the UK government has complained in the strongest possible terms to Spain about this. What more can they do?
Every time the UK sends a diplomatic note, Spain ignores it. I mean, that much we know, because this has been going on in strength for at least a year. Every now and then, all you have to do is look back through the history of Gibraltar, and you can see that Spain tends to ignore these warnings. They've had the same stance. They continue pushing and using oppressive and harassing tactics against us. And what we need, for example, right now is for the UK to actually take a stronger stance rather than sending diplomatic notes, and for the UK, for example, to send a visible deterrent. We have illegal incursions every day.
So
now, the UK don't know about this. Are
you wanting them to send gunboats or something like that?
Well, essentially, what we want is a visible deterrent. The UK are constitutionally required to stand up for us in defence and foreign affairs. Now, quite frankly, the way that this has been going on, it seems to be that the UK do not want to do what they are required to do so as not to upset Spain, who are supposed to be an EU and a NATO ally.
Gareth Gingell, we take your points on board. Many thanks for speaking to us, but we have to stop you there.
Thank you very much.